Hello, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review for Saturday the 25th of the 9th, 2021. We're going to have a look at yesterday's results first. Results for Friday then, the 24th. We had filter 1 races. Was at Newmarket, the 335. It gave us number 2 Ben Battelle, which won at 13 to 8, and number 7 Master of the Seas, which was third at 11 to 8 favourite. Both of these were rejected due to the odds, so we rejected those, so we didn't bet those. The filter 1 race also gave us Newcastle, 2 at Newcastle on the all-weather in the early evening. The 450, number 3 Colonial Love, that came 7th at 9 to 4, and number 4 Hipsway came 6th at 12 to 1. That Colonial Love was rejected on the odds there, and Hipsway was a filter 2 negative, so we rejected that as well. So we had no bets in the 450. Then we filter 1 race was the 6 o'clock in Newcastle on the all-weather. Number 4 New Dynasty, that was came 11th at 22 to 1. That was rejected on the filter 2 basis as well, so we didn't do that one. So we then were left with an alternate race for our alternate filter, and this was the Haydock 1 o'clock. It highlighted 2 horses, number 4 Sky Bright, which won at 7 to 4, and number 5 Swinton Noon, which was second at 8 to 1. Now we got 3 to 1 or 2.95 on average on the exchanges on Sky Bright, and we did that to win. So that was one of our horses there. So we won on that, and Swinton Noon we decided was not going to be good enough to beat Sky Bright, so we rejected that. But it was a potential goer, and the odds were significantly better than 8 to 1 at the time as well. I think it was about 12 to 1. So Sky Bright was the selection. It came in at 74 win, but we actually got about 3 to 1 on it, which was very acceptable for a 4-runner race. We're now about 9.5 units up on 4 bets. We did 2 in 1 race, of which 1 won. We got a second in the next race, and we just had a win in this 1 o'clock at Haydock yesterday. And if you look at that race, you'll see that Sky Bright basically won relatively easily, about 3.5 lengths we believe, but you could see it was starting to hang. When horses hang, that tells a lot of stories, and basically what they do is they start running slightly to the side with their head to one side either way, and they sort of start galloping. That's called hanging. And basically that, one of the reasons for that it can be is that they're not quite comfortable on that going, and it was good to firm Haydock, and arguably that horse Sky Bright could probably do with good going. Just a thought to bear in mind. Anyway, so that's the results. We're going to now have a look at today's racing. Don't go away. Right, we're back. Welcome back then. So today's racing, Saturday the 25th. Filter 1 races come up with a blank, nil. We've got an alternate here, which is Chelmsford All Weather, the 6:30 this evening. Number 10 Arclight. Now this is an 8 furlong 2-year-old maiden race. We've had a look at this horse in depth, Arclight. It's had 2 runs so far. Now that's quite dangerous for a 2-year-old. So its 3rd run is today. And you'd ought to be wary of 3rd runs for 2-year-olds. Now the first 2 runs were at Brighton. The first run was about 5.5 furlongs, and which was slowly away, and then the second run was at Brighton, also about 7 furlong race, and it ran pretty well there. Now the reason we're wary of this horse is because the 3rd run qualifies it for its handicap mark, and it's already shown it can potentially be slowly away. Now we're not saying casting any aspersions on this, but it wouldn't surprise us at all if this horse missed the kick and then ran up down the field in this race, and that's why we're gonna. It fulfills the majority of our criteria, but there's just this nagging doubt with the 3rd run, and it's always a little bit iffy to know what the trainer and the connections are deciding the course of the horse. That said, it's at 13-2, coming into 6-1. You could do worse than having each way on it, but we're really going to give it a miss and watch it because I say we're a little bit wary of this third run syndrome for a 2-year-old. It makes sense to go for a mile for Chelmsford, but that doesn't necessarily follow that it's going to have a good go. So that's where we are. It'll be interesting to see what happens to Arclight. And we'll take it from there. So as I say, that's the racing for today. It's pretty light for there's quite a few meetings on this Saturday, and that's the best we've come up with, which we're not going to do anyway. So anyway, we're going to have a go probably tomorrow, Sunday, to see what's around. So thank you for watching, and see you again tomorrow.